What's up, my friends? We're on a 19-4 run right here on YouTube. Last week's Thursday night video went 14,000 views deep and went 3-1 overall. Monday Night Football live show went 3-0 and smacked a plus 510 parlay. I'm going to stay hot right here, right now for Thursday Night Football, Niners and Rams. Let's go. I'm going to be looking at the game total here, making a parlay for FanDuel, parlay for Underdog. I'm going to look at MySparryEdge.com, all sorts of player props. We have every player under the sun to cover. Lots to do today. Just do me a huge favor. If you are watching the show for the first time, subscribe to the channel 7 days a week. You will find me here, live streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, you get a video for NFL. I find ways to line your pockets just like this video, my friends. And thank you so much for the 14,000 views last Thursday, a new personal all-time high. Very humbled by that. That was crazy to experience. Had a lot of fun talking to my wife. And before I dive into all my picks today, I want to say what's up to my daughter who made me my Let's Go Buffalo bracelet. I told her I'd shout her out right here. All right, let's move on. Let's get to some picks, my friends. First up, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm saving my best bet for Thursday Night Football for last. That's right. It's going to be last, and I'm not going to tell you which one it is. You got to stick around, so let's get to it. First up, Brock Purdy. Now, the 240.5 passing yard mark on BetMGM minus 115 is glorious. My man hit the over last season in 14 of 19 games, averaging 266 yards through the air over those 19 games. This season, he's over in 8 of 11 games if you take away the Buffalo Snowmageddon game. And even if you keep it in there, he's over in 8 of 12, averaging 253 yards per game. And again, take the Bills game out, and those numbers bump up to 8 of 11. And again, over 265 yards passing, virtually the same exact numbers as last year. He led the NFL in yards per attempt last year at 9.7. And this season, he leads the NFL again, 8.6 yards per attempt. Brock Purdy thrives off play action, getting the ball down the field and down the seams. We're going to be talking about George Kittle, Jauan, Jennings, Deebo, Samuel, who I like, what I like from each of those players, because there's multiple picks. Several will be official and a bunch more leans in today's video. Brock Purdy over 240.5 passing yards is going to be an official play. I really like this one. It doesn't matter if Isaac Guerendo and his 4.3 40-yard dashes in the backfield, allowing play action to thrive. It doesn't matter who's in there at wide receiver. Brock Purdy's going to be in a good spot. We know the Rams are on a short week on the road. Not that it matters too much traveling from L.A. across the country right now. They're going a city or two over to San Francisco. And again, we got well, I'm looking at NCAA, but we've got a 48.5 point total for this game, a 2.5 point spread, and close money line on both sides here, plus odds for the Rammies. This screams competition. It's going to be a good competitive game. So says Vegas opening lines. Let's see how this game shakes out. But I think first and foremost, the Brock Purdy angle is a very good one to target. And on the other sideline, here's where things get a little convoluted, my friends. I went back to last season. I used this season's data as well. And I was looking at when Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp both play 50% of the snaps in the game. Essentially, when are they both healthy? How does the offense perform? How do they do? Basically, Matt Stafford is goated when those two are active. Shocker, right? Like, what? Mad scientist here. Of course he's going to be better when they're both on the field. Puka Nacua especially. Rookie of the year last year. Looks like a top 5 wide receiver this year when healthy. Cooper Kupp. Oh, man, I got a nice Cooper Kupp play, by the way. Hang tight for that one. But Matt Stafford, listen to this data. His line opened at 242.5 on FanDuel Sportsbook. Every other sportsbook is like 249, 250.5, 251.5, much higher. FanDuel gifting us the 242, or are they? At 242.5, Matt Stafford has hit the over in 11 of 12 games that we have seen both Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp be healthy in. And in those 11 games, we're talking a 243 plus passing yards. Out of those 11 hits, 9 of them he had 278 or more. So it's not even like he's been flirting with 243, 250-ish. Only a couple times did he do that. The others, he just went bonkers. Now here's where it gets convoluted. The 49ers have the fourth best pass defense in the NFL based on their pass defense. They're allowing just 201 yards per game through the air, and it gets worse. Out of the 12 quarterbacks to face the 49ers this season, 8 of them have gone under 200 yards total. That's right. 8 quarterbacks have finished the game with the number 1 in front of their passing yards total, 100 something. And some of these names, they're top-notch quarterbacks, or at least guys that have been heaving the ball down the field. Baker Mayfield is one of them. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Jordan Love. They held those 4 players to 100-something passing yards. Matthew Stafford, again, smacking the over with Puka and Cooper both being healthy. But now he's on the road on a short week facing a defense who's potentially maybe the best he's faced all year, at least against the pass. Something's got to give here. I don't know what to do with it. So my current lean, and this is just a lean, is actually to take the 251.5 on DK and snag the under. As bad as that will feel after what we just saw him do against Buffalo, I think the under might be the play. That's just a lean. I can't call it official because I'm uncomfortable with it. Okay, so we started off with the Brock Purdy official. We went to the Matt Stafford lean. Let's go back to an official play. I'm taking over 68.5 rushing yards for Kyren Williams. He has hit this over in 10 of the last 11 games. The Niners have allowed 7 of the last 8 running backs to hit the over on this rushing yards market. Did you hear me? 7 of the last 8 have hit the over rushing yards versus the 49ers. 9 of 12 on the season have hit the over, including Kyren Williams in week 3. My guy had 24 carries for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game. Yeah, he tacked on another touchdown through the air in that one, finishing with 3. Multiple plays I like for Kyren. I like him over 68.5 rushing yards. I don't mind laddering him 75, 80, 85, 90, whatever you'll ladder it to, depending on your platform, 100 plus. By all means, I think you can sprinkle on there. Also, I like his rushing touchdowns. I like him for a rushing touchdown on Fliff. I like him for an anytime touchdown anywhere you can find it. Caesars minus 140, parlayed with Brock Purdy, 175 plus passing yards, which he has done in all but 2 games, take away the snow game, over the last 2 years in 32 game sample size. Yeah, I like that parlay for a minus 117. There's a lot of different ways you can bet on it, but I think the 2+ touchdowns, the 3+ touchdowns should always be in play as a sprinkle when we're talking about Kyren Williams and his upside. Again, you get in the volume, you got the talent, the 2 wide receivers opening up the running lanes, the defense and the 49ers who have allowed 7 of the last 8 starting running backs to hit the over on this market. 9 of 12 on the season to hit the over. There's a lot to like here. The history versus the San Francisco 49ers is there as well. Give me the dang over. Official pick number 2, 68.5 rushing yards and an anytime touchdown in play as well. I've only talked about 3 players so far. I still have another 6, 7, 8 players. The FanDuel parlay to make, the Underdog slip to create for you. Just do me a huge favor. If you're new to the channel, truly, just like the video. And then at the end, I need you to do me one big favor. Drop a comment. YouTube legitimately says, hey, people are watching this video for quite a long time. That's good. Let's move you in front of some people. All right, cool. More people like the video, so let's move it in front of more people. And then YouTube says, wow, this person, that person, these people dropped comments. Let's move it in front of a ton of people. And that's what happened last week when 14,000 people watched my Thursday Night Football video. The likes were there. The subscriptions were there. The comments were there. And you watched a heck of a lot of the video, skipped around. You were all over the engagement. And I had my all-time high. Thank you so much. That was so freaking fun for me. I hope this one happens again. And if it doesn't, that's okay. But if you do your part, that would mean a lot to me. Help me grow. Help me continue to grow through the free content space, and I'll continue to hammer out W's for you. All right, let's move over here. Let's take my mug off the screen, give you a break. Maybe just listen would be easier. Well, maybe I'm so handsome I'm distracting. Anyways, let's go. Isaac Guerrero. Now, he is questionable for this game. I believe even a game time decision. Please be careful. We don't know exactly what to do in this spot if he is not playing. We'll have to pay attention to who's going to be the next man up. We've essentially seen the 49ers be a system running back factory this year. CMC, good. Jordan Mason, better. Isaac Guerrero looked great. He looks so explosive. We've seen him with 10-plus touches against Seattle for 99 yards. 10-plus touches against Dallas. Yeah, he had 17 total in that game for a $102 and a touchdown. And then last week had 17 touches for 128 total yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. I went back and looked at each of these games and what his longest rush was in each because he's so explosive. He had a 30-yarder against the Bears. He had a 15-yarder against Buffalo. And against Dallas back in the day, he had a 19-yarder. As against Seattle, he had the 76-yard run. So you know that 4.3 40-yard dash speed continues to show off. Now, we have no markets for Isaac Guerrero outside of the rushing touchdown on Fliff for -130 and the anytime touchdown -140, I believe, on DK Sportsbook. By the way, parlay Isaac Guerrero on DK Sportsbook with Brock Purdy 175 plus yards or over 33.5 total for the game. And you can knock that all the way down to about a -110 or a -115 if you take the anytime touchdown. Please be careful. Please understand we don't know the health tag as of early Tuesday morning, so you're going to have to do your due diligence. Now, unfortunately for you, I'm coming back on the screen. That's right. You get my mug again. Let's move on to the passing opportunity in the wide receivers and tight ends on both sides of the ball. Puka Nacua, man, this guy is a menace against opposing defenses. I just watched him shred my Buffalo Bills to pieces. It was such a beatdown. It was so freaking annoying. Roll some coverage. Put a safety on top of him. Double him up. Jam him at the line of scrimmage and then have some inside help. He continued to work the middle of the field the entire game. And when the Bills did take away the middle, he'd get outside the hash marks, make a nice catch, get upfield for an extra 4 or 5. It happened all game. Unguardable. This guy is so darn good. Top 5 wide receiver in the NFL already. No doubt about it. 12 for a $162 against Buffalo on 14 targets, had a touchdown, as healthy as he's ever been, as he gave him 5 carries as well, which was a first, and he ran in a touchdown, of course. He looks good. He looks strong. He looks quick. This guy is phenomenal. Now, what do I do here? Again, the 49ers yardage-wise have held opposing quarterbacks 100 or something yards, 100-something yards in 8 different games this year. I don't know what to do here. You know, it's like, do we think again, I like the Stafford under 251.5 this week as a lead. So Cooper Kupp, I mean, you think, correlation here, the under 85.5 is in play. My personal opinion is I'm not touching it. If Stafford has a bad game, if the yards are down, there's probably a good opportunity, good chance here that Puka Nacua also remains under for his yardage. But there's no way I'm betting against Puka of having a good game. So I think you probably either bet on Puka to hit some overs, maybe his receptions, maybe he doesn't get his yardage, but he still gets the lion's share of the targets, 28, 35% target share, and he gets 7-8 catches, but he only racks up 70 yards. I think that could happen this week. So probably the over 6.5 receptions would be in play for Puka, regardless of the yardage. But again, this is just a lean. I can't put money on him in a really, really tough spot, and I don't know what to do, and I'm not taking unders against him. Cooper Kupp, on the other hand, I really like this one. So Kyren Williams and Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, they all work off each other. There's a really nice synergy there. Puka, he gets those intermediate, the short routes. He churns out yardage. He's the first down magnet. He's unguardable. And I think the defenses are going to start literally just selling the farm to try to stop him. And if they do that, what's going to happen? We're going to have Cooper Kupp getting some upside. And we've seen it all year. When he's been healthy, he's the downfield guy. He's the deeper intermediate guy, and he's hit the over in 7 of 9 games, averaging a 28-yard long catch per game, boosted by the 69. Very nice yardage there against New England. And he's hit the over again. Take away even that super long one. He's hit the over in 6 of the other 8 games. He narrowly missed it against Miami. A down day for the Rams passing game overall. Everybody, including Stafford, everybody was under. And you take that out, and he's essentially been knocking on the doorstep all year. If they are rolling coverage to Puka, if they are selling out to stop Kyren Williams, I think Cooper Kupp's their forgotten man, as weird as that is. Former best wide receiver in the NFL for a 2-3 year stint there. I think he has the opportunity to keep being the forgotten guy, the guy who gets the second or third defensive back as the team is trying to stop everybody else on the field. And, you get Cooper 25-yard catch after 25-yard catch. So I like Cooper. Long reception. This one is official. Pop it in there, my friends. Let's move on. I have 3 more players to look at: the Underdog slip and the FanDuel parlay. So there's still more coming at you. And real quick, let me just show you. My premium has been phenomenal. I went 7-3 this past week for NFL. You can see my NFL record, almost 44 profitable units this season, which is phenomenal. If you bet on the NBA, you can see I do too. 19-12 this past week, over 40 units profit on the season. I have been absolutely on fire. You can grab those links down below. Actually, matter of fact, it's a brand new link. If you click it, it auto applies a coupon now, and it's only going to be $14.99 for your first 30 days. At the end of 30, decide, hey, do I still want 15 premium channels, 10,000 simulations betting model for games for NFL and NBA? Do I want the other 8 cappers inside Discord alongside Donuts? Do I want 4 premium channels from Donuts exclusively in that link? You get it all. Decide after 30 days if you want it or not. That link is down below. You don't even have to apply code Donuts50 anymore. It does it for you. Give it a click. Give it a try. And let me try to make you some money for a month. All right? All right, let's get back to the picks, my friends. Well, we'll do it again. Get my ugly mug off the screen. Make you focus on my voice. Deebo Samuel does not look right. There's something going on out there. He's actually starting to look frustrated, too, running the offense. They were trying to force him the ball after Ayuk went out 7-6-7, but lately he's just not even getting it. 4, 5 targets, 3 targets. They tried to give him 5 carries last week. He did nothing with them. In fact, he's really done nothing with the ball on the ground all year outside of 1 rushing touchdown in the beginning of the season. And through the air, same thing. He had an 8-catch, 110-yard game against Minnesota, who gives up 1,000,000 yards to everybody. And then he popped off against Seattle on 3 catches only for 102 and a tutty. Since then, nothing. In fact, 1 touchdown on the ground, 1 touchdown through the air, 2 decent games earlier this season, and nothing since. Like nothing. The guy can't get open. He can't manufacture yards. He can't break tackles. Something's going on with Deebo. I don't think it's a talent thing. I think it's a health thing. I don't feel comfortable taking unders on Deebo. He's a touch away from housing it. And he's, potentially getting some more opportunity this week if Guerrero misses. If Guerrero is out, I will say this. Deebo Samuel, anytime touchdown, I think would be an interesting play. Now let's move on to Jauan Jennings, the de facto wide receiver 1 out there since Brandon Ayuk has been injured, continues to gobble up targets. 8, 5, 7, 11, 11. The targets have been there over and over again, week after week. There's a lot to like there, and he keeps racking up catches and yards. 7 for 93, 10 for 91 and a score, 5 for 40, 3 for 46, bounces back in a big way against the Bears. 7 catches on only 20 completions from Brock Purdy in 25 total attempts. Had 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. I don't mind him for receptions this week. I don't mind him for a receiving touchdown. I think everything's kind of in play. They're all just leans. Now, drum roll, my friends. All right, this is my 3rd recording of the day. I kid you not. I have recorded for almost 2 hours of video, and StreamYard just kept dropping everything. Video, sound, something was broken. I hope this one stays. I'm so tired of this. I need to edit this. It takes me hours, and then I'll publish. Do me a huge favor. Like the video, please. Drum roll. The best bet for Thursday Night Football coming at you right here, right now. I'm telling you right now, you're going to love it. Are you ready? Bang! There it is. It's George Kittle. We're going back to the well. We have cashed this like 3 or 4 times this year. We're going over 54.5 receiving yards. This one was posted in Discord several hours ago. By the way, all of these picks were posted in Discord before they went to YouTube as usual. I love this play. I mentioned it last week. I said ladder his yards. And guess what? He had 151 yards through the air. And guess what? I'm going to ladder it again. That's right. I'm taking the over 54.5. I like them for 70, for 80, for 90, for a hundo. Don't mind sprinkling it all the way up, my friends. George Kittle is putting in a career year. My guy has gone bonkers multiple times. 76, 92, 128, 80, 151. He has scored, my friends, in 7 of the 11 games this year. And earlier this season against this team in the 49ers, he was not active. So what does that mean for me? It means it's time to pop off, baby. He's got to put his work in against every team at least once, right? Give me George Kittle on that glorious play action from Brock Purdy down the seams for many yards. He had a 33-yard catch to open the game up in week 14. I loved seeing that. I knew we were going to cash out with ease, and he did. He cashed out with ease against the Bears. Not a guy that needs a lot of targets because, again, the play action from Brock Purdy leading the NFL in passing yards per attempt last year at 9.7. 8.6 leads the league this year. He does the play action better than anyone in the NFL, believe it or not, and he throws the ball deep down the field. And George Kittle soaks up those passes down the seam. And another reason is the team runs the ball so well, doesn't matter who's back there. Linebackers have to take a step forward, and they do, and then George Kittle is behind them right away. So give me George Kittle, higher than 54.5 receiving yards. I friggin' love this play. It's my favorite play of the week, my best bet, if you will. Let's go over to Underdog. I'll go over to it right now. Here's what it looks like. This is what I posted earlier this morning. Here's your plays. There's your Underdog slip. Pause the screen and let's move on. We're going over to FanDuel Sportsbook. And I'm going to tell you, I made this earlier in recording, so let me just pop it up and we'll go from there. Here's the play for you. I put 0.2 units on it. Nothing crazy. I like to have some fun with these. We cashed the plus 510 Monday Night Football parlay. Hopefully we can cash this one. I put Garendo in there for a tutty. Now, if he is out, of course, I don't mind replacing it with Deebo Samuel even now ahead of time if you want. Sooner or later, he's going to start scoring, right? Anyways, Kyren in there for a touchdown. The reason being, if I have him for rushing yards on Underdog, I would just want it to be a little different. Give me the guy for a touchdown. But I will say, my favorite play, if you rather just have my favorite one, take the 68.5 rushing yards, take the over. I don't mind that. Or grab the alt line of 60 plus for rushing yards for Kyren. Totally fine as well. Brock Purdy, 225. I alted that. Matt Stafford, 200 plus, alted. George Kittle, alted. Now, if you really, really, truly just want to grab the best plays, not worry about alts and just plug them in, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm right there with you. Passing yards is going to be a little bit tougher since the alt goes to 250 or 225 and his line moved from 240. So, I guess you could just plug that in. The Matt Stafford 242, again, that's the lowest line out there. All the other books are a bit higher. I can go to the rushing props. Kyren Williams, his line moved from 68.5 to 73. So I think we do need to outline this at least to 70 plus. We could do that. Then we could go over to the receiving yards. We could grab George Kittle, 56.5, plug that in. And then if we alt Matt Stafford, and then we go over to the touchdowns where we initially started this video with my guy Isaac Garendo, and you see Patrick Taylor Jr. next man up for San Francisco. The fact that you're getting a minus 150, essentially the Vegas odds or the books out there are saying, and it doesn't matter who's a running back for the 49ers. If Patrick Taylor Jr. is the starter, he's going to score a touchdown too. So plug him in however you want. You can see if you take more OG lines, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck at a plus 929. Again, my friends, two things here. Number one, multiple things. Like, subscribe, drop a comment. Please support this video. Help me grow this free platform. And then if you want the premium, there's 15 premium channels, 8+ cappers. Everything I do under the sun is in there first before it goes public as well. That's $15, the VIP picks link down below. If you want to use the website, that's $10 via the link and code down below. And again, notice on. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern for live shows. And you'll get my best bets video, my first look best bets video for Sunday. That will post Thursday morning right here on YouTube as well. So get those picks anytime you can. That video went 3-1 as well. So last week's videos went 6-2 right here on YouTube. I love y'all. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Let's get paid.